Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful Saturday morning and we are going to be casting a Masters level game here. On the bottom right side we have our first Masters player. He is our red Terran and his name is Dajgoro. It can't be Dajgoro because that just sounds gay, so we're going to say it's Dajgoro with a bit of a silent G. And up the top left side we have our blue Protoss player Nyast, and we have cast quite a few games from Nyast so far, or at least one somewhere about a month ago I think, and he is an excellent Masters player as well. So it's going to be Masters versus Masters and it is going to be absolutely awesome. Not much going on early in the game though, but that's to be expected. You can see not building the supply depot out in the front, so he's not too worried about a Protoss rush, but I guess you still want to try and do that just to stop the Protoss probe scouting in and seeing your base. So maybe he's just deciding to build his important buildings closer to the command center, which of course makes it a lot easier to defend and reduces the possibility of these buildings getting destroyed because it takes longer for the Protoss to get to them. And here we go. What else have we got going on? Just pretty standard stuff for the Protoss player so far. And yeah, alright, good stuff. Now I'm currently taking a break from casting the EMS clan tournament. That's the ESL Major Series clan tournament. It was run back in early June. I've cast the first semi-final, and I believe it was between Mouse Sports and Competitive Gaming. Oh, I cannot remember. It was the COL clan, and I think it might have been Competitive Gaming, but I really can't remember. We're just going to have a check right now. You can tell that I've alt-tabbed because the sound has gone off, and there we go. Yeah, Complexity Gaming, that's what it was. So it's between Complexity Gaming and Mouse Sports. And yeah, that first semi-finals was completely awesome, and I'm going to go ahead and cast the second semi-finals sometime today, and yeah, that'll be awesome. And then of course I've got the grand finals to go after that. So very, very good games so far. I don't know if I'll upload this before I upload the tournament games for the EMS, but I'm guessing I'll upload the EMS first. So by the time you watch this game, the EMS semi-final series 1 will probably be out there already, so it'll be awesome and you guys should definitely go watch it. And of course there's been a ton of Go for SC2 and Zotac tournaments uploaded before that. When I say a ton, I mean about 2 of each. So yeah, definitely go watch those as well, because they've got some very, very high level players in all the semi-finals and grand finals for those tournaments. So really, really nice. This probe finally getting off his ass and deciding that attacking the SCV might be a good idea. But he's got a reactor and he's double building Reapers, and they are hit on this probe. So this probe is going to go down, and he is going to go down, and that is not going to be fun for him. It actually took like 5 hits to take that probe down, man. That's pretty insane. Usually when you have 4 Reapers, they can just one-shot a worker, but that guy took 5 hits. So maybe if you got 4 Reapers and they hit all at the same time, then it takes them out. But with 2 Reapers, it takes 3 volleys, because somewhere between the first volley and the third volley, the probe regenerates a little bit of shields, and that may be the difference. But speaking of the difference, we've got a Zealot coming over here. He's got to move in, try and do some damage. There's 2 Marines, and there's 2 more coming out, so that Terran player is going to have no problems at all. 4 Marines versus a Zealot, there's going to be no issue. And here we go, this guy's coming out. He's chrono boosting out a Stalker. He's already got a Stalker out there and a Mothership Core. So these guys, they took out 1 worker, but that is going to be all they take out right here with. So I can't select the other one. There he goes, the other one. So they've got 2 pros so far. 1 down in his base and 1 in the Protoss's base. But yeah, this SCV manages to get past the Zealot. Zealot moving in, but now there's 6 Marines, and I don't know where he's going. I think he was just going for a scout at that point, but the Marines not letting him get that scout off, completely wiping him out. And even with 6 Marines, he still took quite a few hits to go down, but every single Protoss unit is very, very beefy, except for the probes of course. And yeah, you can not expect them to go down easy. But what have we got going on? We've got a starport. This may just be for medevacs, but it may be for something else. And yeah, he's going to start working on the marine upgrades, the marine marauder upgrades, so we can, I suppose, fairly expect to see some Triple M action. It doesn't look like he's transitioning into mech play because he's only got one factory, and he's continuing to build up barracks. So we're going to almost certainly see some Triple M play. These guys managed to survive after being attacked by that stalker, but he's got a stalker down at this expansion. He knows the Reapers are still out there. He's got another stalker on a patrol route. Well, it's not on a patrol route, it's just running around, but he should be fine. He doesn't need to patrol this area though, because Reapers cannot jump off cliffs that are too high. So he only needs to really go around this area to sort of stop the Reapers from coming in. But yeah, that should be fine. He's building up a bunch of immortals as well. He's already got one immortal, man, and mortals versus Reapers, man, that is going to be nasty. But there we go, the stalker goes scare these guys away. They managed to kill one more worker and get away. And really using the regenerative, the fact that they can get more health back really well from these Reapers. Yeah, they go in, they snipe a kill, then they run out, they regen health, they run back in again, and it's great harassment. The Protoss has got a pretty good handle on it, but one stalker is only enough to chase them away. It's not enough to kill them. So they get in, they get the worker, and then they get out again. The stalker's moved a little bit south to try and kill them a little bit better, but the Reapers, I think they're still going to be fine. There we go, kill the probe, run away. Oh, this Reaper gets close, very close to death there, but he still manages to survive. And here we go, there's a decent army coming out. Is the Widowmine going to be able to burrow in time? Doesn't look like it. He's going to run in, he's going to burrow there. And the Protoss does not want any part of all those Widow Mines. He does get hit by one of them though, losing sentries, and his ability to create force fields has been severely diminished. He's still got one sentry though, and those force fields are enough to mess the Terran player up. So he's going to jump back, and he decides to go for a Widow Mine drop instead by the looks of it. So he's going to try and get back into the main base. The Protoss player may have seen that though. But yeah, I don't know. He's got no more forces over here, so this is going to be bad. He's going to be able to just shoot in here, drop the Widow Mines, and they will be burrowed before the Protoss player can see anything. He's got the observers, and oh, here we go. This is a beautiful job. He's going to burrow this. Is he going to be able to get some kills? He needs to get the observer back up here before the Nexus runs out, but here we go. We've got some Widow Mines down here as well. He's using the observer to take these guys out. He needs another observer. But, oh, that was absolutely brutal. All those guys just died so fast. And the Terran player definitely on the back foot right here. He's trying his best, but this immortal sentry stalker is just not good. And the Widow Mine's still there. Oh, that Nexus man just sniped the living crap out of that medevac. But this Widow Mine's got 3 kills. I suspect he's going to get a few more, but here we go. The observer's coming back up. He sees the Widow Mine. He's got to rush some forces over to take care of it because the cooldown is nearly up. And he's just going to run the workers away right now. And he warps in one stalker, and the stalker gets obliterated. So there we go, sacrificing a stalker to get rid of that Widow Mine, or maybe he was trying to take the Widow Mine out. He really should. There we go, one zealot going in there. And this guy is going to take out the Widow Mine, hopefully. Yep, that should be fine. Alright, so a bunch more units coming here. The Terran player, man, he's getting up more units, but he's going for a decent amount of Marauders, and with Immortals out here, he's actually only got one Immortal, isn't there? Wasn't there supposed to be another Immortal around there somewhere? But yeah, he might be in troubles. Nice split there, but he didn't push out too many units. And he's got the medevac. He's got to rush these guys up the ramp. And there we go. But I think the Terran player is still at a bit of a disadvantage here in terms of the army. However, this guy's got 0-0 upgrades. This guy's got 0-0 upgrades. So still not doing too bad. And the Protoss has not managed to stop the Terran player from getting that expansion. They're about even on the economy. So yeah, I mean, the Terran player, he's been hit pretty hard so far. He hasn't been able to really do anything. and it looks like he's been a little bit of a disadvantage, but then again the Protoss player couldn't push in there, couldn't take out this army, or maybe he decided it was safer just to run back. So meanwhile, no major attacks have really happened, no major advantage has been taken by either player. We're just going to be going ahead, keeping on, and we're going to see where this game goes. We've got some Dark Templars coming out in a little while, and this is going to be quite painful for the Terran player. He doesn't have any missile turrets anywhere, so they could sneak all the way back up here and do some damage, but he's going to do a push, and once again the force field's doing some fantastic job over here. He's going to do a bit of a run around, but as long as there's some forces up here, the ones down the bottom still can get hits off. But the Protoss has been building up quite a lot, and I think the Terran player is just outmatched at this point. He's going to stim and run, and he's going to take out a lot, but the Zealots out the front of the Protoss army really soaking up a lot of damage, and these guys at the back, the Stalkers and the Immortals, are just free to do all the damage that they need to do. They're not getting hit at all. Excellent tactic by the Protoss player, but the Terran player has a tank now. So he's going to siege up this tank, and this tank is going to be really helpful. He needs to move it a little bit forward, but we've got a DT coming in there, and my god, what a scan, man. What an absolutely awesomely timed scan. Was he expecting the DT? Was he? I really don't know, but he's going to keep sending out DTs one by one. He's just going to be soaking up the scans, and the Terran player has got to do something here, because he cannot afford to spend scans time and time again on detecting these DTs. Here's another DT down here, and it's just going to go in. Where is the DT? It's just up there. He hasn't got in range yet, but all the army forces have been wiped out. Some more reinforcements, but they're going to have to run back now that the tank is out. Although they're going to have a try, but the DT's in there, another scan going down, and this is just completely awesome. Really awesome. I don't know if the minerals and gas spent on the DT makes up for the fact that he is using up a scan. But I guess the thing is, I mean, if he sends enough of them out there, if he's got enough resources, he can use up all the energy in the command center. And at that point, yeah, I mean, there's really nothing the Terran can do about it unless he gets a Raven out on the field. Here we go, the DT's coming out there. I think he might have run out of energy, or maybe he's like, well, my army's getting wiped out anyway, so why the hell would I waste a scan? If we have a look here, he's got energy there, he's got almost got energy there, and he's getting orbital command, so he should be able to scan for as long as he needs. Scans here, but I don't know if he has the forces to take it out. That was some beautiful kiting, actually. Getting in there, doing the work he needed to do, and we've got some High Templar coming out. So this is one of the standard approaches to dealing with Triple M. The other standard approach, of course, is going to be Colossus, but I don't see him going for Colossus at the moment. Psystorms should be enough, though, if he gets enough of them, and then he can morph them into Archons, and they will be extremely beefy as well in taking out these Terran forces. So it's gonna see if he gets a bit more tanks out, because tanks are going to be excellent. They're not going to be a straight counter to anything the Protoss is really going, but yeah, I mean, as long as the Protoss is going for Stalkers and going for Zealots, then the tanks will do more than their fair share of damage. I can assure you, tanks versus Stalkers and Zealots, extremely good. And the Protoss player needs Stalkers and Zealots to be able to have some defense for the High Templar. So tanks always going to be an awesome option. And the question is, will the High Templar get off the storms on the Marine Rorder Force and just completely obliterate them? And I think the answer is going to be yes. I think these Terran forces are going to be in a lot of trouble. He hasn't got Ghosts to snipe the High Templar, so yeah. He's moving them out the front, actually, trying to get out there. Tries to get a storm, the Terran player dodges most of it. And yeah, good stuff there by the Terran player, dodging that storm. He's got a medevac and a Marine over there. I don't know what he's trying to do. He's got another Marine over here. He's scanning, he's seeing the third base come down. The Terran player is ahead on the economy, though. He's had his third base down for quite a while now. And he's going to go for a fairly major drop. He's got a bit of a distraction coming down here, but the Protoss player is not going to move all his forces away. And he is going to go ahead and he's going to drop in the main. There's not many workers here anymore. but he should be able to destroy a lot of gates, maybe. The Protoss player, though, right on top of it. And you can see he's got a nice spread out here, so the storms won't hit him that hard. He's going to get some storms down, though, and this force almost certainly going to get wiped out. And they really didn't do that much damage, to be honest. They hit a whole bunch of buildings, but they didn't really destroy anything. And yeah, not an extremely good drop there. He, I suppose if he had his timings down, he would have known that there was no workers left at this base, and maybe should have decided to hit this base. But of course, the Protoss would have been able to reinforce this base a hell of a lot faster than the main. So maybe he was hoping to go up the backside here, see some tech structures like a Templar Archives right at the back. Unfortunately, it was a bit more to the front. He wasn't able to get to it. And yeah, did he just... I don't think he sniped a bunch of medevacs. Look at this Dark Templar, man. He needs something. He really needs like a Raven or something too, because the individual Dark Templars, here's another one coming out, is using up so many scans to take these guys out. Really sucking the scans away. And it's just not good at all. I mean, I think at this point, building a single Raven would probably save him, like, I don't know, tons of scans in the future. Here we go, he has got a missile turret, but he's got no offensive units here. And this DT goes straight for the missile turret. Might have gone for the workers. Oh, very nice storms coming down here on this army. Another couple of storms. He was going to go in and snipe the Templars, but he walked right into a storm there. And that was just completely not good for the Terran players. So you can see the Templar, you can see why they are such a good counter for this Triple M force. They get the storms down, and that was a bit of a misplaced storm, but the Zealots, man, they've got speed. They're going to run in there. They're going to wipe out the rest of these forces. Some reinforcements coming up. He's finally getting some ghosts out, hoping to snipe some High Templar, or maybe even do some EMP on them to sap out their energy. Looks like this DT finally got finished by these two Marauders. This missile turret's still up there, so a good decision to build two missile turrets in that base. And the Protoss really laying it on. He's going to go for some Colossus as well, just to hammer it in. He sees the Ghost out there now, and he knows that the Ghost is a pretty good counter for High Templars. So he's going to say, well, you've got that counter, well, I'm going to get the other counter for Triple M, which is Colossus, and we'll see if you can counter that. Which, of course, the Terran can counter the Colossus fairly easily by getting Vikings, but it's another thing that he's going to have to realize is coming, and it's another battle that the Protoss will overwhelmingly win simply because he has the Colossus and the Terran player doesn't realize he has the Colossus yet. The first time he's going to see it is in the next battle, and in the next battle it is going to cost him quite a lot of units, which will leave the Protoss in the lead. But I don't know, the Protoss hasn't been in the lead much. He's had the army advantage, but he hasn't had the economic advantage. He's starting to get it now though, equal workers, but he's got a double expanded, straight from 2 to 4 bases, I think, or straight from 3 and then a quick 4th, whereas the Terran player is just now getting his 4th base up. Couple more DTs coming up. The Marauders do see them, and they are going to go in and take out the DTs, but the DTs, oh, that's not good. One Marauder versus one DT. This Marauder does not have a chance. The Marauder gets taken out, and that is going to be very bad. The Terran is going to have to scramble some forces over, but he's concentrating on this battle right now, and this DT may just be allowed to attack workers all over the place, but this Terran force getting quite scary. There's no more storms on it. There's one storm up here on the Time Warp. Very nice. The Colossus is going to go in there, going to do some damage, but he's very scared about that Colossus getting sniped. You can see it's lost most of its shields already from these Terran guys going in. And yeah, the Terran player, man, the DT's still going nuts. The Terran player has not had the micro to send in some reinforcements in here. Sending in one Marauder, that is not going to be enough to kill a DT. The DT is going to wipe out that Marauder almost certainly, and then continue on his merry way. And we got to keep an eye on this DT. That is 30 kills from one DT, man. That is an awesome fail there from Dajgoro there right now. He's doing a pretty good job at the front, but that one fail back at his base, 34 kills that Dark Templar has got. I mean, yeah, just completely awesome. He's lost the missile turret, so he's having to do scans here, but there's nothing to attack this guy. And I just stop the attack right now, go back and kill that DT, man, because he is wrecking your world right now. Oh, 41 kills, man. How he's scanning it so he knows it's there, but he keeps sending out single marauders. And this is just the worst fail I've ever seen from a Terran player, man. I mean, there is no excuse for just playing this badly. I mean, he's seen it, he knows it's there, he keeps sending marauders down, but he's lost like 3 single marauders so far. There he goes, he's finally sending down a marauder and a marine, and a couple more marines, and that DT had like 45 kills, man. That is the most impressive DT I have ever seen, and I have just got to say, no matter what you do in the rest of this game, Nyast, you will just forever, you will rue the day that DT came into your base and you did not do the correct thing right there. Yeah, that DT just wrecked his world, and I'd say that he did not deal with the DT correctly was a massive understatement. He just got completely owned by the DT, and he really didn't handle it correctly. And the fact is, he was down to 30 workers down, and we can pretty much solely set the amount of workers lost to that one DT. So that DT pretty much won the game. Dajgoro looked back at his base, and yeah, he just said, oh my god, I'm 30 workers down, I'm going to leave the game, because I'm not going to win this anymore. And I think I may have said Nyast was the Terran player at some player, I apologise for that. Nyast is definitely the blue Protoss player, and he is definitely the person who sent the DT in there to do all that damage. So congratulations to that DT, 45 kills, and congratulations to Nyast for building that DT and sending him into the base. And yeah, Dajgoro, man, what can I say? You screwed up, and I have very rarely seen a screw up as massive as that one. But I mean, he was controlling his army at the front, but and that DT was going to town for like 5 minutes, man. There's no excuse for that. No excuse at all. So there we go. That's this game. Going to be over. Congratulations again to Nyast, and I hope you enjoyed this game.